If this year has taught us anything, it's that leadership as an organizing principle can create a shared reality that supports ourselves and our teams to succeed in an ever-changing environment. So let's take a look backwards to see what happened and move forward to see how a broader spectrum of people is adopting leadership for itself. 10 years ago, the start of technological advancement changed the face of communication. Everyone who had a computer, an iPad, or just a cell phone had access to more information than at any other time in history. Across the globe, people were communicating in real time. Though it brought a connectedness never before experienced, it also changed us in ways never imagined. With access to 24/7 breaking news, communicating in all time zones, and advertisers being able to track their target audience, these changes brought as much chaotic disruption as they brought convenience. If that in itself wasn't enough change, in 2021, a global pandemic smacked the order of everything, creating a massive disruption to our lives across the board. Businesses scrambled to make order in a world that made little sense. And I can safely say the expression, the new normal, confirms that people were desperate for predictability. Adapting to change was no longer an option, it was a demand. Take a pause for the moment and consider this. Change is daunting, and demand made it even more so. The cost of not changing is unknowable. Is it worth taking a risk? Well, consider this. Resistance will ensure nothing will change. And change is only possible when you fully recognize the fruitlessness of continuing to act in a way that doesn't serve you. That realization will make the old behavior obsolete. The most effective leaders are people-oriented and results-focused. They build trusting relationships and inspire innovating thinking, motivate and drive people to be their best. And they adapt to change. As an example of change in action, let's look at working remotely. The pandemic changed what was rarely an option to a requirement. It was a challenge that impacted everyone on the org chart, from top to bottom. In a sense, it leveled the playing field, revealing that leadership as a behavior benefits anyone, regardless of title or position. Leadership practices and qualities are not only the domain of top management. All people can benefit by nurturing the leadership traits in themselves, optimizing their potential. Leadership in practice is a combination of behaviors that are generally defined to influence and inspire others to be their best. In 2020, the World Economic Forum surveyed leaders and employers across the globe to find out the top 10 leadership skills valued across industries. Here are the top 10 skills. Number 1, complex problem solving. 2, critical thinking. 3, creativity. 4, people management. 5, collaboration. 6, emotional intelligence. 7, decision making. 8, service orientation. 9, negotiation. And 10, cognitive flexibility. So let's get into the keys to these leadership skills. The first, leadership is not only about you, it's about others. Pay attention. Listen for what's being said and what's not being said. Ask questions to broaden your understanding of what's actually happening with your colleagues and yourself. You can't move forward if the people and things you're leaving behind are dysfunctional. So be aware and be effective. The second, be a problem solver and a decision maker. Be a constant learner and invest in yourself. Get curious. Acknowledge what you don't know. Don't wait for people to come to you. Learn how to solve problems proactively and efficiently. Third, let failure be your guide to success. Failure isn't easy, but it has value if used as a lesson. So change your perspective from disappointment to opportunity. Consider what went wrong and how could you fix it. Leadership skills will transform the way you live and the way you work. It will provide you with resources that build trust, mindfulness, and cognitive flexibility. These are resources that have always had merit, but even more so today, as we all need to be leaders in a world of constant change.